Let's talk to Toby Young, Director of the Free Speech Union, because he's done something which I think we should all be very, very thankful for. He's threatened to take the Home Secretary Yvette Cooper to the High Court over her planned crackdown on free speech. Toby, very good morning to you.
Good morning, Mike.
Yvette Cooper, of course, planning to bring back the old non-crime, hate crime incidents and asking the police to record them. Tell us what you've done.
So, Harry Miller, an ex-copper who successfully sued Humberside Police and the College of Policing when Humberside recorded a non-crime hate incident against him. He and I have jointly written to Yvette Cooper pointing out that the reason the threshold for recording non-crime hate incidents was raised by the last government is not because Suella Braverman, who was the Home Secretary at the time, cares less about hate speech, cares less about Islamophobia and antisemitism than the bleeding heart Yvette Cooper. The reason the threshold was raised is because the Court of Appeal in Harry Miller's case ruled that the quite low threshold that was dictating when NCHIs are recorded was unlawful. It meant that the police were regularly interfering in our right to freedom of speech as guaranteed by Article 10 of the European Convention on Human Rights, which was brought into British law by Labour by the Human Rights Act in 1998. So I don't think Yvette Cooper realises that the reason the police have been only slightly, Mike, reined in the number of NCHIs they're recording is to bring the practice in line with the law. It's not a matter for a Home Secretary's discretion. So it's really alarming that she is now saying she's going to lower the threshold. She wants to see more NCHIs being recorded. One of the reasons that's alarming, Mike, is not just because we fear that the police will then begin to act unlawfully. It's also because they can have a really negative effect on someone's career. Once an NCHI has been recorded against your name, and remember, we're talking about non-crimes, not crimes. So once the fact that you haven't committed a crime, you've committed a non-crime, is recorded, it goes on your criminal record, and it can show up when you apply for a job as a teacher or a carer, a job where you have to do an enhanced criminal records check. So effectively, people are being punished. They're suffering as a result of the fact that they haven't committed a crime. They've committed a non-crime. They've said something that someone thinks is a crime. When the police have investigated it, they've discovered it isn't. And, you think, well, how much time are the police really spending on investigating non-crimes? Well, the answer is an extraordinarily large amount of time. So the Free Speech Union calculated that since this concept, this Orwellian concept of non-crime hate incidents was introduced in 2014, we think the police in England and Wales have recorded at least 250,000 of them. That's an average of 65 a day. You wonder why no burglaries were solved in almost half the regions in England last year. Well, the answer is the police are too busy investigating our tweets to police our streets.
Absolutely.